So many of you might know that one of my favorite movies is Cinderella, and it's the live action movie. And I just feel like they did such a fantastic job with it. And some of you have been with me long enough, have seen me use that as an example of forgiveness, the depths of forgiveness when it's so hard and when it's easy to say somebody doesn't deserve forgiveness, and how powerful forgiveness truly is for the person who is doing the forgiveness and the person who is doing the forgiving. And as I was pondering what I was going to do this week for our Lenten services around the masks that we wear, a reel came up on Facebook, and it was the reel of a scene in Cinderella. And it was the moment when the prince is there and he has the shoe in his hand that he's ready to have Cinderella wear to find out who she really is. And he asks when she comes into the room, this grubby, dirty, beautiful, kind, courageous Cinderella. He says, "Who are you? Who are you?" Because through the movie, they've been playing with masks with each other, pretending they're somebody that they're not. The prince pretends he's simply an apprentice up at the palace. Cinderella pretends at the ball that she's somebody that she's not, a princess. And even at the ball, when they meet each other and he thinks she's a princess and she realizes that he's the prince, he asks, "No more secrets?" And she says, "No more secrets." And yet she's still wearing a mask. And we can see the masks that everybody is wearing to cover up their insecurities. The stepmom, she wants to be a countess. She wants the titles to hide behind the security of being someone. She hides behind her clothing, her beauty, her laughter, to hide her own insecurities and grief and fear. The sisters hide behind their beauty, and they let go of what is real to put on more masks that they think will bring them security. The Duke hides behind a mask, his mask of deception. There are so many masks, people pretending to be somebody that they're not. And it's a question of, who are we really? Who is Cinderella? Cinderella is a nickname, and yet names have power. Does that make her something different than she is? Perhaps in some ways at the end, when the prince asks, "Who are you?" it's a question she's also asking herself. Who am I? And that moment with the shoe, the masks are off, and she's insecure. And she asks, she says, "I'm Cinderella," and asks, "Will you accept me as I am? A simple country girl who loves you." And the prince in return takes off his mask. "If you will love me as I learn my trade, as I learn to become a king." And we see the incredible courage that it takes to take off the masks. There's no hiding. There's truth. And in truth is kindness. So I hope you will forgive me for bringing in one of my favorite movies and exploring it in a new and different way. And when you watch it next time, perhaps noticing the masks that everyone is wearing, the ones that we put on ourselves to hide our fears and our insecurities, and the masks we hide because we're not sure we'll be accepted for who we really are. And then what happens to those who have the courage to take off the mask and be true with the ones that they love?